Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Truth to Power Show, and my name is Beverly D. And on the Truth to Power Show, my purpose here is to educate, to inform. And so what I do is I bring people that is very knowledgeable, and I bring them on so they can teach and inform and give us the knowledge and the wisdom that we need at this point in time. And today I have a very enlightening, a very informative guest, and her name is Yaffa Bey. And the information that Dr. Yaffa Bey is going to give you, I wish I had knew this when my children were in school. I could have really used this knowledge, but it's never too late. I have grandchildren. And so, Dr. Yaffa Bey, are you there?
Hi, yes I am. How are you today?
Hi, thank you for joining us tonight. Do you want to give the audience a little information? Am I pronouncing your name right? Is that Yaffa?
Yes, it's Yaffa.
Okay.
Give me a minute. What I had to do was go outside, and it's pretty noisy out here because the baby was screaming.
Oh.
So what I need to do is get in my van and hope it's a little quieter in there,
okay,
so that I can even handle the interview.
Okay.
Today is Sunday, the 29th of November. 29th of 2009. Is that accurate?
Yes, today is November the 29th, 2009, 7:03 Eastern Time, and it's 4:03 your time. And you are out of California, right?
Yes, I am. I'm calling from the Southern California area.
Okay.
I think I can hear better now.
Yeah, we can hear you much better too.
How are you today? What's going
on? Good. Well, I had saw one of your videos, and I was very impressed and very enlightened on the information that you were giving about the dictionary. You just have a lot of information, but about the words, about the English language, what we have been taught or miseducated. So can you kind of give the audience a little info in that area? Or first, do you want to tell the audience who you are, or give them some information about you?
I'm not really, I'm just another individual like everybody else. I don't know very much. What I did is I worked almost 10 years in the Compton Unified School District as a instructional assistant. And as such, it was my responsibility not to help the teacher, but to help the students comprehend what the teachers were talking about. And after spending years of working in the district, and I worked with every single grade level from kindergarten all the way through 12, and I spent a short period of time working with even special ed students. And I can say that the time I spent working in the district, it's not a wonder that a lot of our people are doing so terribly poorly. I'm sure it's by design based on everything that I saw. Prime example, you could be in a classroom, and I worked in a classroom. You have an instructor who was teaching English. He was a native of Africa who had a very poor, I don't want to say poor, he had a very strong accent. And listening to him speak, you could not comprehend most of the time what he was saying to you. So the children or the students, now this is high school for crying out loud, the students would always say, you know, what did he say? What did he say? And they'd be like, I don't even know. Now, this is English. You're in an English class. The instructor is supposed to be teaching you English, and he doesn't speak it well enough for you to understand what he's saying. Therefore, how well are you going to learn what you need to learn? That's just a prime example. I'm saying all that to say that as a result of working with every single grade level from kindergarten up, I learned how to put things in a way that other people can comprehend them without a lot of complication. Because sometimes I'd stand up and watch the teacher give the lectures, and I'd be like, I know the subject matter, and I'm confused. I have no idea what you're talking about. So if I don't get it, I know the students don't get it. But because I know the subject matter, I just teach it based on what I know about the subject matter, and then I get the students clear. And they always say things like, well, God, why didn't she just make it like that? I understand it when you say it. They confuse me. So what I can do for the listener or the listening audience is, I don't know very much. I don't know everything. I don't profess to know everything. I'm the first one to tell someone when I don't know something. But the little bit that I do know, I can put it in a way that you should be able to comprehend it, even if you're as young as 10 years old.
And you do. You make it very simple. You really do, that a child can really understand. But it's the information. It just blew me away when I was listening to the information that you were giving. For one thing, we were not using the dictionary right.
No, we were never taught how to correctly use the tools, but it's to the advantage of the pilgrim, and the word pilgrim means foreigner. It's to the advantage of the pilgrims that came over here and befriended our people, contrary to popular belief. It's not like they just came over here and just whooped us up in some kind of war. They weren't that awesome. What they did is they sent their missionary fathers first, the priests and these types of people, who would come as friends to speak of the so-called good word and the good book and share the information from the Bible. And they came in and they observed our culture immensely. And they found out who was who had power, who had wealth, who was considered royal, who was noble, who people looked up to, and these types of things. Once they got the very clear lay of the land and got a pretty good understanding of the language, then what they did is they started bringing in the mercenaries who would come in and have the instruction and would start killing off the people. So it's not like they came over here and just whipped up on us. It's like inviting someone to your house. You meet someone, you determine them to be a friend, for lack of better words, or a comrade. You invite them in, you let them stay, you feed them, you give them your bed, you take the sofa and what have you, and then they invite a friend and you go, okay, well, you take the sofa, I'll sleep on the cot, and then they invite more friends and it's like, okay, well, you sleep on the cot. We looked up and we started letting in all these people that appeared to be friends, and we found ourselves no longer in our bedroom. We found ourselves out in the garage, and then we looked up and we were in the backyard, and before we knew it, we were in the doghouse, and other people just took over the house. So they came in as friends, and then they turned on us, turned us against one another, this type of thing. and the house, once divided, was able to fall. It's not that they were just so much more